Welcome to the Transformers Breakdown, episode 24 in season 2, The Core. In this particular episode, Megatron is drilling a hole to the center of the Earth in order to drain energy from the core of the Earth. And so he's having the Constructicons do this. Optimus finds out, so then they come up with this plan where they are going to take control over Constructicon. But Megatron finds out that that's what they're going to do, so he decides that when they least expect it, he's going to take back control over Constructicon and get them, surprise the Autobots and destroy them. But in the process, they both lose control of Devastator, and Devastator becomes crazy and he starts smashing everything. The Earth is about to explode because Megatron is drilling a hole to the center of it, and the episode ends with Megatron and Optimus siding together in order to save the Earth because Megatron might die in the Earth. Mind you, Megatron did have an escape plan, this space bridge that he had hidden, but Devastator, in his madness, ended up destroying that. So at the end, Megatron had to be like, okay, fine, I guess I'll save the Earth. So let's get started. My first question is, how many bases does Megatron have? I think every episode is like a brand new base, and then he's trying to build brand new bases. Like there's the one in Manhattan, there's the one like underwater, there's some one like in a rock mountain thing, and then there's this one. It's just, wow, Megatron, you're very productive. Bone Crusher is Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. If you think about it, Bone Crusher's like, I'm always carrying this, I'm always doing this, I'm always, he's always complaining. And then there's a moment where Megatron, a lot of Transformer fans have talked about this. There's no female Autobots or Decepticons. Yes, there's RC, and there are like Alita 1 and all those other ones, but they don't really show up. So, and they I believe that you'll find out, I won't give it away, but Optimus has a girlfriend. I think I've talked about this before. I think that an episode I did, Optimus has a girlfriend, and so do some of the other ones. But Megatron and Starscream are gay lovers. Like there's in the previous episode where Megatron and Starscream are like wrestling, or previous episodes, it's like Starscream's like, oh, I thought you missed me, and then Megatron puts his arm on Starscream's shoulder as he's talking about his plans, and then he's always, I'm going to destroy you, I'm going to destroy you, I'm going to destroy you. So it's like, why doesn't he really destroy him? Because he's in love with him. And then you've got ice. This is a common thing in cartoons, is that ice make wind chime sound. I'm like, does ice even make sound? I don't think it does. I think they're trying to, we could just, through the shimmer of the visual effects, we could assume that, it's ice. You don't need to give us a special sound effect for ice. And there's a side note, is that Devastator used to be good. I am not quite sure if I've covered this episode or if it's coming up, but Devastator used to be good, and Megatron made him evil. So this kind of ties into, there's a whole, Chip is talking about this. I've talked about this before, and I've mentioned that Jazz is Jubilee from the X-Men, and you can see this in this episode as well. Another specific interesting fact is that Mirage, when he is basically he can turn himself invisible, and when he's sneaking into the Decepticon base, he leaves footprints as he's walking. Now I'm thinking to myself, can't anybody see the footprints? Because I can see the footprints, so the Decepticons cannot see footprints. And then another thing that I was thinking to myself is, what can't Ironhide Another thing that I was thinking to myself is, what can't Ironhide make? We've talked about this before, where his hands go inside his wrist, and he shoots out like a specific liquid or Can he do pancake batter? Can he do like glue? He can do glue. He can do cement. He can even do like liquid metal. And then another thing that happens is there's a moment when Chip's wheelchair loses the handles. Like it just transforms and loses the handles. So there was a mistake there. Yeah. Jazz's number is 539. I am not quite sure what that means. I'm going to look it up and I will write it and then you will see it. And yeah, so 539. What is it? Numbers are very important. So, and then how long is this drill? Like it clearly goes to the center of the earth, but it's like, wow, like this is a big long drill. And then they all get together in order to save the Earth. Megatron's like, fine, I'll save the Earth with you. And then Chip is like, I was hoping the Devastator would join the Autobots, after you guys drove him crazy. And Devastator flies off, and then Megatron, Optimus says to Chip, he goes, hang on to your dreams, Chip. Hang on to your dreams. That's my I'm the president of the United States. So this, and then also I want to talk about the factor that Chip, who is a guy in a wheelchair, he is one of the heroes of this particular episode. Spike and his dad do not show up in this episode. Maybe they're off in Paris with Carly getting married. I'm not quite sure what's happening with that. But did you love this episode? Did you hate this episode? What do you think? All right.